Coronavirus, COVID-19 Changing the World, by Learn with News, Level 3. The coronavirus, called COVID-19, has affected every corner of the world. It has infiltrated over 170 countries around the world, with the number still expected to rise. Currently, more than one-third of the world's population, 2.5 billion people, are under lockdown, with governments forcing them to stay at home to stave off the spread of the virus. In Europe, daily life has almost ceased completely. France, Spain, Italy, the United Kingdom, and many other European countries are now on total lockdown. People are only allowed to leave their homes for specific reasons, such as buying food, exercising alone, or if their job is essential. Essential workers vary by country, but mostly include healthcare professionals, supermarket workers, and some government workers, among others. As COVID-19 has gripped the world, reactions have varied. Stock markets in the US, Europe, and Asia have all crashed dramatically as companies have been forced to close. It remains to be seen what the full economic impact of the coronavirus will be, but already millions have lost their jobs and businesses have collapsed. In the US, 3.28 million people registered for unemployment benefits in 1 week, by far the largest single-week figure in history. Since records began, the worst week ever was in 1982, with 695,000 people signing up for unemployment. The news caused shock throughout the world economy. The response from some governments has been excellent. South Korea, Vietnam, Singapore, and other countries have all been praised for their handling of COVID-19. South Korea was able to significantly slow the spread of the virus without locking down the whole country. Korea has been able to test up to 15,000 people per day. This is in stark contrast to Western countries. The US didn't have capability to test people for weeks, which allowed the virus to spread unchecked in the country. In Europe, the UK was initially only testing people who needed to be hospitalized and warned anyone who had even slight symptoms to stay home. This is a recurring theme across Europe, which has currently been hit the hardest by the coronavirus. However, the WHO has warned that the US will soon be the hardest hit due to the similar lack of testing and spread prevention. There is concern from various governments that the economic impact of COVID-19 could be worse than the health impact of the virus itself. Donald Trump has repeated this sentiment, leaks from the UK government suggested the same discussions were being held in private, and Japan was accused of not fighting the virus in order to try and ensure that the Olympics still take place in 2020. The Olympics have now been delayed to 2021, and these reactions have been strongly criticized by people who have accused some governments of prioritizing their economies over the health of their citizens. As the situation worsens around the world, people are having to adjust to new lifestyles. Services that people took for granted before are now severely limited or have disappeared completely. Amazon and other online retailers have been unable to deliver as fast as people are used to. Netflix and YouTube have decreased the quality of their videos in Europe in order to aid internet congestion, and people are facing other unexpected difficulties. One silver lining to this situation is that pollution around the world is at its lowest in years, which has led to discussions about whether this situation can help the world adapt to fight the climate crisis in the coming years. Only time will tell how long life must remain altered, and it's uncertain whether life will ever be completely the same again.